welcome to my review for Top Gun Maverick, the movie that has been delayed about 19 bajillion times. So yeah, this movie had early screenings on Tuesday night, and I happened to be able to go to one of those and saw the movie a few days before it got released to the public. I don't know. I saw it early, basically what I'm trying to say. So yeah, I'm posting my review early. So, yeah, Top Gun Maverick. Now, I'm not quite as high on the original Top Gun as everyone else. I mean, I like it. I think it's a good movie, but I don't think that I don't know. I don't think it's like God tier movie that I feel like a lot of people have been making it out to be, in light of it getting a sequel. And yeah, it, um, and I didn't really think the original really merited a sequel. Like, I think it's good, but there's not like there was a natural continuation for what a sequel could be, it felt like to me. And so, seeing how excited everyone was for this movie and some of the early buzz saying that this was the perfect blockbuster, it's the best movie in decades and stuff, I was walking into this one a little bit nervous that like it was just gonna get, praised to death, basically just because people love the original and it's just more Top Gun, so it's automatically amazing. I was a little worried that that was gonna start happening. So, is that the case here, or was the movie actually pretty good? You'll find out. So starting off with the positives, and I'm just gonna rip the band-aid right off, I think this movie was better than the original. Like I just previously said, I'm not a mega fan of the original, so it's not that difficult in my mind to beat the original, but I did think that this was an improvement over the original. I just, I thought the cast was more fun in this one, more memorable, than the people in the original movie. I just like this group of characters more. I thought that they just had nice, like better quips, better interactions with each other. I liked this cast more than the original one. This movie also showed the plane work more and the flying more, which is something I really enjoyed about the original, but I think the original could have needed more of, and they gave more of that in this film, so I really appreciate that aspect. I thought it was really cool, all the stuff they did with the planes, all the action sequences with the planes were really well done. So all around the plane work was better in this one than it was in the original. And I think the story in this one was a little bit better than the original. Again, I'm not someone that is a die-hard Top Gun fan that thinks the original's a classic god tier movie. I just like it, so once again, it's not that hard for me to think that something's better than it. Yeah, I just thought the story in this one was better with dealing with the aftermath of Goose's death and then seeing how that impacts people in different phases of life. I thought that was a lot better, and just, yeah, and the interaction between Maverick and Rooster, I thought that was really nice and really well done. That's pretty much the main story of the film, is between those two characters, and I thought that was really well done. And something I appreciate about this film that the original does not do is that this film has a soundtrack that's more than the same 3 songs over and over. That was something that really bugged me about the originals. That's the same 2 songs. It's Danger Zone and Take My Breath Away, the entire frickin' movie. This movie uses Danger Zone once and never repeats a song after that. So that's something I really appreciated about this one, is that it does things differently than the original in terms of the soundtrack. But now let's move on to the negatives for this film. Oh, it's not the perfect film. Oh, you don't think it's perfect? What the frick? It's essentially the same movie 40 years later. Okay, yeah, whatever. If you want that, great, good for you, but for someone who, well, wasn't alive when the first Top Gun came out, I mean, that movie was pretty much 20 years old when I was born. yeah, I don't have any nostalgic ties to the original Top Gun movie, so personally, I didn't want to see more of the exact same crap just 40 years later. And that's exactly what we got in this movie. It's just, it's kind of the same movie 40 years later. If you watch the trailer and you saw that and you're like, this is going to be the same movie, you aren't wrong. And as someone who really likes creativity in films and liking people to do things differently, that kind of bugged me in the film. That was pretty much the first thing I thought when the movie rolled. I mean, I went and saw this with my dad and my grandpa last night, and my dad turned to me at the end of the movie and said, "What do you think?" And I said, "It's basically the same movie." And he's like, "Yep." So even people who love the original Top Gun movie know that this is the same as the original. It's not just a me thing. Yeah, this is, and yeah, so I can appreciate why some people will love that about this film because they love the original. But as someone who is yet again just likes the original, it's not. I think they should have done something a little bit different with it. Also, even though I do like this one more than the original, I still don't think the original necessarily needed a sequel. It's not like the original had any dangling plot threads, plot lines that merited a sequel, and I still stand by that. I don't think the original one needed a sequel, even though I do really enjoy this one, and I do think this one's better than the original. It's just I don't think necessarily the original needed a sequel. I'm not saying that this movie's a pointless existence. I'm not saying it never should have been made. I'm just saying I don't necessarily think that that the original merited a sequel. That's what I'm trying to say. And then my final negative for this film, I think this film just had way too much humor. I mean, they go for every single joke in this film. It at some points it's just like nonstop jokes, 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 and a lot of them didn't land for me personally. Like I thought, yeah, that's fun, but it's not hilarious. I chuckled like 2 or 3 times during the film. Um, I don't know. It just a lot of it just didn't land for me. It just felt like too much. Like at some points, I couldn't. It felt like the film was trying to be comedic and trying to be super funny. At other times, it's trying to be super heartwarming and having a deep character moment. And just like they'll put two and two right next to each other, or they'll have what should be a great character moment and like something that's meaningful to the story just get undercut by humor. And it's like that you're just undermining what should be a great sequence of a character moment with, in my opinion, not a very well timed joke. So I could have done with quite a bit less humor in this film. So yeah, all in all, I really did enjoy this film. It is one of the it is in my top 10 of the year right now. I mean, I've only seen about 30 films this year, so that's not necessarily a super high bar yet. And we're only 5 months into the year. But yeah, this is one of my favorite films of the year. I'm not saying that this is a bad movie, and my negatives aren't saying that this is a bad movie. They're just things that bothered me about it. There are still movies I absolutely adore and love that I do think have some things that can be said negatively about it. So yeah, overall, I thoroughly enjoyed this film. I'm not crapping on it. I really enjoyed this movie. So yeah, overall, if you are one of those people that adores the original film, my guess is that you will love this movie too. If you're someone like me that likes the original film and saw the trailer and just kind of thought it's going to be more of the same thing 40 years later, well, you're right. But I do still think that you'll enjoy this film. So, yeah, definitely go check this one out in theaters. I think it's a great cinematic experience. So, yeah, definitely go see this one in theaters. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this review. I don't really know if I'm going to go see any more movies this month because I don't really think there's anything else that interests me. Not really that interested in the Bob's Burgers movie. I've never watched the TV show, so I don't have any interest in the movie, but maybe I'll get bored and go see it. Anyways, you can keep an eye out for my normal 2 end of the month videos, my ranking of all the new releases I saw that month, and then also my Blu-ray collection. I got about 10 of them sitting right over there. What are they? I don't know. You'll have to come back and find out. Yes! Epic marketing technique. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.